Are you the housemaid, Mary Reilly?
Yes?
TriStar Pictures presents Mary Reilly, the story of a young housemaid, the mysterious man who employs her, and the seductive danger that lurks within.
Must be some misunderstanding. I thought you invited me here.
I did.
I play a man named Dr. Jekyll. For months now, I have been engaged in the driest kind of study. I have made a great breakthrough. A man named Mr. Hyde. Do you know who I am?
Mr. Hyde, the master's assistant. As two separate people, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, they represent two very appealing facets of a relationship to Mary.
Starring Julia Roberts and John Malkovich.
So that's the final position? And that's the first position?
Mary Reilly is directed by Stephen Frears, director of My Beautiful Laundrette, Grifters, and the Academy Award-winning Dangerous Liaisons.
No, it's very good. 1, 2, 3, action!
For years now, the doctor has been suffering from a strange malady.
Now, don't move. No. Take a picture of him. His right hand was over her face. And she was tucked in.
You know, it's a proper old-fashioned story film. Romantic, psychological, suspense, horror, everything.
Did you see his face? He came out of the dark like he was made of it.
A lot of atmosphere. That's where the fun lies.
Mary Reilly is the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as seen through the eyes of the chambermaid.
Mary Reilly.
And she works sort of from dawn till dusk. And yet she's so happy to have this job, you know, and she's absolutely devoted to her employer, Dr. Jekyll. Good morning, sir.
Mary, this is most welcome. I'm ravenous.
I'm pleased, sir. I wasn't sure whether I should wake you.
Why?
Well, you can't have had much sleep, sir. I heard you coming in not 3 hours ago.
I think he probably senses she's a participant.
Mary, will you get dressed? There's something I need you urgently to do for me.
In her mind, Dr. Jekyll is this very intelligent, mysterious, almost sort of tragic figure.
I'm so cold. I don't know, Mary. Why is it you strike me as you do?
She's touched by his interest in her.
Mary, will you come with me?
She's very curious as to what he does, what he's always doing. Doctor?
So they somehow lead each other into a more and more complicated world.
When did you last see the doctor's assistant, Mr. Edward Hyde?
Most people are afraid of him, but you're not, are you?
No, sir, I'm not. As her interaction with Dr. Jekyll increases, you see her feelings for him start to blossom.
I mean, suppose you were able to do absolutely whatever you wanted, with no consequences and no regrets. Then what?
I don't believe there is such a thing as actions without consequences. What he's basically done is created a person who is without morals, who is without conscience.
Still, wouldn't you like to come in town with me tonight?
Hyde is the free spirit. Hyde is what Jekyll wishes he were, and what he unfortunately ultimately becomes.
Hyde's the bit you want to be, isn't it? He's the bit who's not like you.
Mr. Hyde is chilling as hell, and he's virtually irresistible to women at the same time.
I suppose you'll never see me again.
this is beyond her realm of understanding. I mean, this poor girl has never been kissed.
I feel differently with you. Why should that be? You still the rage.
Where does it come from, sir? This rage.
How should I know? It comes in like the tide. I think he probably senses that she could see him or love him for the whole of him.
Sir, he said you have an illness.
You might call it a fracture in my soul.
Dr. Jekyll is dealing with trying to possess a power and a knowledge which is unholy.